Thank you very much, SJKC Serdang Baru Satu. We would like to express our gratitude for a truly outstanding performance, and it was a beautiful and memorable experience, and also completely captivated by your performance. As the first performance completed, this team has definitely set our curiosity to be looking forward for the rest of 18 teams aligned.
So for this primary school division, we have 6 participation from our SJKC and schools from Malaysia. So we have SJKC Serdang Baru Satu, which is just performed, and then we have SJKC Tai Thung, then we have SJKC Chuho, we have SJKC Sungai Way, and we have SJKC Pua Chai, and the last but not least, we have SJKC Kim Sen. And of course, all these schools are being represented and conducted by Mr. Koh Hong Ki, Mr. Chia Peng Jing, Mr. Lee Xuan Hee, Mr. Koh Hong Ki, Mr. Ng Wong Leong, and Mr. Ku Wei Kia.
As performed earlier, the Serdang Baru Satu Wind Band was established again in 1979, and has over the course of 46 years, the band has received unwavering support and assistance from the Board of Directors of SJKC Serdang Baru Satu. And today, the band has a total of 96 members, with students here from range year 3 and 6. So the members receive consistent training under the coach of Mr. Koh Hong Ki and 4 teachers in charge. And the band has dedicated itself to organizing various exchange events and combined concerts, providing a platform for the children to showcase their musical talents. We also would like to welcome for our respected guests, our distinguished guests that would love to enter, and accordingly, we are going to go with the next performance of today.
Okay, let me give a warm of welcome to the next performer from the team from SJKC Tai Thung from Kuala Lumpur. This team is being conducted by Mr. Chia Peng Jing. And let me share a little bit brief about the team. So this band has been founded many years ago. But in 2023, they reignite their music journey and begin with a renewed enthusiasm. Despite being a relatively new ensemble, they have quickly come together as a passionate and dedicated group of young musicians eager to explore the world of wine band music. Their members, ranging from bass and woodwind players, are committed to honing their skills and expressing their creativity through every note. This team are thrilled to be participating in the prestigious Malaysia International FELDA Band and Orchestra 2025. They have prepared this remarkable opportunity, and they look forward to sharing their love for music with a wider audience, learning from these talented groups and representing their school with pride. So let's give round of applause again for SJKC Tai Thung. Let's give a round of applause to SJKC Tai Thung. We are so moved by your performance. Thank you for sharing your passion and artistry with us. And thank you again for the conductor, Ms. Chia Beijing. And thank you, your performance have left us a lasting impression. It has convinced that music is far beyond what history has taught us. Now, orchestral music reverberates through the space which adds depth and richness that recordings can never replicate.
Since we have two Farah of our performance today, we have SJK Serdang Baru 1 and also SJKC Tai Thung. Is there any performances or any songs that you would like to listen to, or by the time they're about to play? Is there any piece that you think they're going to be played soon?
Right. My. What kind of music that comes into mind? Or do you guys have preference?
Seems like we have, I can say, quite a number of pieces that's going to be used and going to be played and going to be showcased soon. So in fact, we're going to have such a lovely time for this morning.
So do we have any supporters from these two schools that comes together and support this morning? Any support? Oh, okay, thank you for coming.
Thank you very much, everyone.
That's awesome. And where are you from, madam? From KL area. Thank you so much for coming. And you are from the second school? Yes. Oh, thank you. This is awesome.
We expect, even though from different schools, different states, that joining us today, it's quite a number of, I can say, colors that played. Even though just now, as we can recall, those two schools just now, it was earlier. I can't wait for the next one, whereby I can tell they might come out with quite, I can say, competitive numbers as well.
Definitely.
Yeah, for the plays, for the piece that they're about to have. So the third school they're going to perform today, right, it is in Kuala Lumpur as well, right, situated in Kuala Lumpur. And while waiting for them to prep, we'll love to ask if everyone at the one at the counter or registration counter, so please welcome and please have a seat, and then please be seated as accordingly. We are about to start in a few minutes as well. And hopefully, by the time we do this, right, the harmonious melodies just arousing in Tenera Hotel 1.
And let me just remind you again, as we mentioned earlier, that we'll be having a mega carnival festival coming up on the 30th July until the 3rd of August in Meet at Kuala Lumpur. So we would like to invite all of you to join us during those 5 days.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next performer is the team from SJKC Chung Kuo, Kuala Lumpur. SJKC Tai Thung, founded in 2017 and known as the Tai Thung Wings Band. SJKC Tai Thung is conducted by Lee Sean Wei. Ladies and gentlemen, SJKC Tai Thung. Ladies and gentlemen, SJKC Chungko Kuala Lumpur. Thank you for the moment shared just now, and we were absolutely captivated by your performance. And thank you for bringing such joy and artistry to our event. The physical vibration of the instruments connect the performance to each individual in a deeply personal way. Thinking about that, Farah, by the time they play the song, SJKC Chungko, they play the song, I have this idea on my mind whereby accidentally or coincidentally my shoulder just shut up.
So it gives you tingles?
Yes, it gives me tingles at the same time because of what the song that they played, the last piece just now, it's called Ewa Bulan, right? Ewa Bulan something. And turn out, right, it's something that connects us, especially Malaysia, right? By having one song, they can connect us all. So it's quite, I can say, fantastic brilliance that we're going to have for today. So I cannot wait for the rest of the piece of what we're going to showcase us this morning.
I couldn't agree more with you as me. And when you listen to music, even without the words or phrases, but you can actually interpret them according to your emotional depth.
Indeed. And for SJKC Chungko earlier, alright, the band has grown from a small melodica group into a vibrant ensemble of 48 dedicated members from year 3 to year 6. And guided by their passionate conductor, Mr. Lee Sean Wee, the band has achieved impressive results over the year. And let me share with the audience as well, distinguished guests, honorable judges, and also for all the respected guests. The band has won a gold award at the Malaysia Primary School Band Festival and first runner-up in the junior division of the Malaysia International Marching Arts Competition. And that is such a lovely achievement. And most recently, they took home a silver award and first place in Marching Sport Theatre at MIW Fest 2025. Three schools has performed. So how many schools do we have right after
We
this?
have a remaining of 3.
We have remaining of 3 for the primary school division.
Correct.
Alright. So, ladies and gentlemen, please sit back, relax, and let the melody give us a very relaxing and deeply taking our ears and also our heart home by the time we have this. And we're so happy to see parents and guests by the time they put up their mobile phone to take videos. It shows something that there must be about the performance. They must attract them as it is. Am I right, Farah?
Correct, yeah. So those are moments that they would like to capture.
Love.
And this is because
It becomes a memento for them.
correct.
Ah, I see. Alright. So, by the 3 remaining teams that we're going to have, so let's figure out what will be the next piece that we're going to play soon.
I can't wait. And let me just share again with you. We would like to express our gratitude to all our sponsors, U-Mobile, LGD Holdings Berhad, Sustainable Futures Sdn Berhad, Sri Pacific Corporation Sdn Berhad, MIPAC, Yayasan FELDA, Falcom, KPF, KFGB, and Kohuna. Alright, so 3 down and 3 more to go. So I'm excited. Are you guys excited? Okay, let's welcome our next performer. So we have SJKC Chungko. Oh, sorry, Sungai Wei. So let me share again a little bit background information about orchestra performance. So sometimes, in other words, we can rename it as a symphony concert. So it's a live musical event that has a large ensemble of musicians playing a variety of instruments, like including strings, woodwinds, brass, and percussion. So this performance, the orchestra performance, can be ranged from traditional symphonies to more modern works, and often includes soloists or even choral groups.
Ladies and gentlemen, SJKC Tai.
So this team is conducted by Ms. Ko Hong Ki.
I can tell with the collaboration of colors of black, white, and also yellow, it's going to give us something that thrill in a few seconds.
2, 3, 4.
Thank you again, SJKC Sungai Way. I definitely love the Lengang Tangkung song. Wow, that was exhilarating. No other words can best describe what they have composed just now. So their energy on stage was infectious. So thank you again for the theme and putting for such a great show.
And also, it's as they played just now, and I was thinking there's one song, there was a piece that they played, and as I would like to say, accidentally sang it as Di Mana Dia, and I was like, oh, I know this song, this piece. So yeah, that's lovely. That's
So
lovely.
it brings back all the memories from childhood, right? Exactly.
I feel so golden.
Just a throwback.
Just a throwback. Hashtag. Anywho, thank you. Alright, I think SJKC Sungai Way Selangor for the performance just now. And as the energy was infectious, right? As you mentioned just now, it's reminded me of two performances, right, from primary division, and we will love to listen to these two performances that will be coming up next. So, for most of our guests here, thank you very much for coming. Thanks for your support, and we would love to say thank you a lot.
Definitely, out of the six schools, we have listened to 4, and how time flies.
Yeah.
And we are here to await for another 2 more.
Okay, so for those who will be around and be here, we will have to mention that we have been streamed, right, live via Facebook, right? I will stream online now on FELDA page, right? On FELDA page. So hopefully for those who are at home, thank you very much for watching us. Right, and also we hope you enjoy the pieces that have been played, and also we would love to help you to comment, share, and like. Right, and yes, this MIFBOF, right, 2025 is going to be until this evening.
Correct. So please sit back and stay with us throughout the day, because we have another 3 more categories, which is the Secondary School B Division, Secondary School A Division, and last but not least, the Open Division.
Lovely. So by the time we wait for the next team, alright, we wait for the next team. Is there any VT that we're going to play? Any VT or any footage? Alright, so by the time we wait for all this, I would love to ask the audiences, alright? Is it okay? I'm pretty sure everyone has got their breakfast this morning. Can you please do this if you have yours? And if you don't have yours, can you just do this gesture? Is it okay for you? So everyone should be this. Well done, well done. Alright, so great. Oh, some of you will be like having this, right? As we love to say this, primary division, right, is full of love and kids, right? Years 3 until 6.
Correct.
So, by the time they played earlier, and I was thinking to myself, if I was at their age, I hope I can play that.
Yeah, they played very well.
They played very well.
They have very high discipline. They are very talented. They have specific skill set
Yes.
that I don't think that we could never come to. Yes.
And I wonder how much effort that they put to play one musical instrument, alright? In fact, let's say one, but if they have played a few, which I can tell they can play a few, right? By the time they're doing this. So, it gives us an idea, right? Let's say for kids, if they have three musical instruments they want to play, right? That would be such a great musician.
Definitely. Yes.
Alright, so by the time we do this, alright, we wait for the next schools, right, to be showing up. I would love to invite, for those who are still outside, our respected guests, our distinguished guests that's still around. So please welcome, alright, and can help us to fill this area of the seats, alright, because again, we will be beginning shortly, right, for primary school division. And with that, we would love to have you to be in this area also, because there's still a few places that need to be filled. And hopefully, you can enjoy the next piece this morning.
So the remaining two schools are SJKC Tai Thung, which will be conducted by Ng Moon Liu, and the last one will be SJKC Kim Sen, and will be conducted by Ku Wei Kiat.
So, for those who are at home, alright, at the comfort of your couch, watching us streaming live on FELDA Lembaga Kemajuan Tanah Persekutuan, so we would love to say thank you very much, and please stay tuned for more, because we still have, how many schools we're going to have next?
We have three more categories.
3 more categories that will be coming up next, alright? So, without further ado, we would love to invite the next school that is going to be performed today. So, the next school is SJKC Tai Thung from Selangor. SJKC Tai Thung, that is a dynamic youth ensemble, and the combination of white and red is here. 11, SJKC Orchestra. SJKC Tai Thung from Selang. Thank you very much for SJKC Tai Thung School Band, and it was such a joy to watch you perform, and your passion for music really shone through. And bravo to the team, and the team has played with such passion and precision, and the sound was so rich and full. And it's reminded me, I would like to ask parents here, for those who will be around us, what's the best age for you to send your kids for orchestra, for them to play instruments? Is it going to be from 3 years old or 4 years old? So you can show up in figures, right? And for those who are at home watching us streaming live on Facebook, you can just comment, right, and share with us your experience, if you have any, your kids that perform today. And for SJKC Tai Thung, this band was established in 1995.
Wow.
Yeah, it's quite an idea for them, because the band includes students from standard 3 to 6, and is known for its spirited performances both in school and at regional music festivals. And they not only perform in schools, they also do it at other festivals as well, right? And the band has been delivered quite a wonderful performances at various events as well, such as Chinese New Year celebrations, Sports Day, and cultural evenings. So by the time they have all of these events going on, right, and they can play very well, I can tell they have ample time to do practice. Yes.
And without having jeopardized their
Yeah,
study.
jeopardize the strategy, you did. And then the piece that they have, they played in quite, I can say, very melodies, right? And in 2023 and 2024, SJKC Tai Thung School Band participated in the Malaysia Primary School Band Festival and Yamaha Band Festival. Alright, there's such quite a performance they're going to present us just now.
I think it deserves a round of applause.
Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, and also our respected guests. Yes, by the time we can, if possible, that we can see some faces here. You can tell that from their face. Yeah, for the faces, the kids, especially the students, they seem relieved, right? And I can tell that some of them, they had quite an idea to present it on the stage. And it was quite an idea as well for them to do these performances.
Okay, so I think the last but not least, from the primary school education, we have all the way from Penang, we have SJKC Kim Sen. Please welcome them. So this team has been established in 1970. It's proud to be one of the school's long-standing co-curriculum groups, with a current strength of 101 dedicated members. The band comprises woodwind, brass, percussion section, offering students a well-rounded fine wind band experience. This team mission is to inspire a love for music among students, nurture their appreciation, and elevate their musical performance skills. So we do appreciate they came all the way from Penang. Another round of applause from SJKC Kingston. So this performance will be conducted by Mr. Koo Wei Kiap. So we are also streaming live from our FB official FELDA. So we'd like to say hi to everybody online. So please do comment, like and share. Wow, what a beautiful and moving ending. Thank you again, SJKC Kim Sen from Penang. Your music is incredibly powerful and controlled. The way you played with dynamics was masterful. I was definitely impressed.
Yes, lovely. It was lovely.
So well done, team. Your skills and talent are definitely one of a kind.
Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests and respected guests, Before 2025 is one of a program by Cluster 6A Lifestyle Road to Mega Carnival 3 Dimensi MK3D that will be held from 30th July to 3rd of August 2025 in Mite, Kuala Lumpur. With that, we will be having a short break before we go for the next division, which is Secondary School B Division. And for those who's live streaming, we'll be back soon after the break.
Ada baju lebih.
Kebun kecil hanya sekadar pada nama, tak melambangkan ukuran besarnya hati dan jiwa. Di ladang memerah keringat dan titipan, sepenuh raga seperti menatang minyak yang penuh. Hasil usaha dihulurkan bangga penuh sukacita, rezeki disambut terima kasih dan sama-sama. Segalanya diolah dengan sentuhan kasih, menjadi hasil bermutu, mengukir swing di bibir. Kekuatan di kurnia, dihidang seikhlas hati. Senyuman di sebalik usaha meluaskan rezeki, membuahkan limpahan kebahagiaan. Setiap potong minyak masak saji adalah hasil titipan peneroka dan pekebun kecil. Setiap hasil jualan disalurkan kembali kepada mereka yang memerlukan. Terima kasih kepada peneroka dan pekebun kecil kerana bersama-sama membawa semangat kepada rakyat Malaysia.
Ni cakap mau penonton.
Ciumnya. Ini狗们虾片多。
哎，谁让你没有关？我在那边乱给人看到。